The FCC is proposing new rules that would affect cable franchise fees and impact PEG channels. Entitled the In-Kind Offset Rule, it would allow cable operators to deduct the value of in-kind contributions from cable franchise fee payments. These deductions could include fair market value on what a PEG channel is worth, PEG channel capacity, including possible channel reduction, and complementary cable drops to local governments, schools, and agency sites. If enacted, these FCC policy changes could drastically impact PEG programs nationwide by forcing communities to choose between receiving cable franchise fee revenues and continuing PEG operations. Everyday PEG access stations across the nation are providing essential services for local towns, cities, and counties. Here at Tualatin Valley Community Television, we serve 15 jurisdictions in 2 of the largest counties in Oregon, broadcasting hundreds of government meetings and civic-minded programming for our cities, counties, nonprofits, and educational organizations every year. Listen to what some of the most prominent public officials in our state have to say about the value of PEG access and the importance of keeping these essential services intact.
Public access TV is really important to all of us, not just those of us in public office, but particularly to the citizens of Washington County and the cities. When you think about it, how do people really interact with their government? Most of the time, it's what they read in the newspapers, what they see on the news. But to see it in real time and fully understand what's really going on behind the scenes, they need to actually have access to the meetings. But working families just don't have time to come down and sit in on every meeting that we have. So public access TV, it provides a variety of services to the public. It gives them direct access to what's really happening, sometimes even in real time. But it also helps us to get out our public service announcements, our information about bonds, levies. It just provides an invaluable service. And if you don't have that access to knowledge, to real first-hand knowledge, it's very difficult to make informed decisions in your government.
PEG programming is really important to us here in the Portland, Oregon area. The importance transcends usual politics. It's not about left, it's not about right. What it's about is transparency. It's not network programming, but it's all local. It allows us to communicate. It allows people of different cultures to focus on what's important to them. And what it does is open up opportunities for people in our region to be heard, and others to be seen, and others to be able to see what's going on in our region.
I want to say how much the League appreciates our partnership with TVC-TV. Each election cycle, we provide one-on-one 10-minute interviews with each candidate that appears on the ballot. And this is at the local, state, and national levels. It is a valuable resource not only for voters, but for the candidates as well. This is something that viewers can't get anywhere else. These are not soundbite interviews. These are thoughtful, serious discussions on important issues. I also want to thank TVC-TV for all of the work they do to broadcast forums and debates that the League puts on. This is an extremely valuable service, and we hear from many viewers who really appreciate what TVC-TV provides.
So I think there are 3 things that come to mind when we talk about cable access for the audiences around the region. The 3 things are transparency, opportunity, and equity. Transparency in that local government has the obligation to let the residents know what's going on. And one of the ways that we let the public know what is happening is through public TVs. The other one is the opportunity, and that sort of bleeds into the transparency in that it provides another opportunity for public input, just like over the backyard fence, just like phone calls to City Hall, emails, instant messages. And the third area is equity, that it provides it for everybody in our community. We can't have certain areas of the community having the opportunity to access this and other areas not. It's either all or nothing. we obviously would prefer all.
Recently, we had a bond measure that passed with 83% approval. One of the reasons that it passed is people said, we know how the money is being used. Because Hillsborough has a very transparent government. We invite public engagement, we let people know how their money is being spent, and we let people know how we're using the resources that they provide. Without public, educational, and government TV, they would lose one of the important ways that that information is delivered. So for the importance of transparency and accountability at the local level, PEG Television is a critical partner and component.
Local programming is important, and communities throughout Oregon depend on this resource for unbiased, reliable information, and we need all of that we can get. In Beaverton, we benefit from local programming in a number of ways. Our residents have access to monthly City Council and Planning Commission meetings, voter forums and election coverage, community events, programming, press conferences, public service announcements, and much, much more. It is an accessible, transparent service that many of our citizens, regardless of their background, means, or leanings, rely on to stay connected and learn about the issues that are very important to them. The value of closed captioning for our hearing impaired and the connection it provides to so many populations simply cannot be ignored. Public, educational, and government access television programs are essential to the work we all do and to the communities we all serve.
For as long as I can remember, we have enjoyed and appreciated our partnership with Tualatin Valley Community Television, TVC-TV. The value of local government programming helps me communicate directly with various stakeholders in the community. Internally, videos we've created with TVC-TV help provide office updates and trainings. Externally, I can speak to voters about bond measures and levies. Inmates become informed and familiarized through our jail orientation video, and we've created promotional videos for our canine trials. Additionally, we've partnered with TVC-TV to film various public service announcements to help keep Washington County safe. DUI, distracted driving, package thefts, and recognizing a child molester, to name a few. I can confidently say that without the support of TVC-TV, I would not be able to execute these types of vital communications to my stakeholders. I cannot urge you enough to truly understand the value TVC-TV brings to the community and the gap of services that would be created if they were to disappear.
Our department, Health and Human Services, and our relationship with TVC-TV, what it's allowed us to do, it's allowed us to be proactive in giving a message to our hundreds of thousands of county residents on letting them know what it is Health and Human Services does for them, how to access resources, and how to get more information. Really, it's been invaluable. There's no other way we could do this, and there's no other entity that I've ever worked with in 21 years that has allowed me to do this. That, to me, is where the value with my relationship and our relationship with TVC-TV is.
No matter the size of your city or the size of your council, the one thing we all have in common is that we need to be held accountable and responsible for the decisions that we make. And these decisions are made in an open meeting, but those meetings aren't always accessible. So with TVC-TV and PEG Television, we're able to make sure that everything we do is transparent and that we are held in full accountability to those who elect us and those who trust us.
If PEG was to go away, we would lose the ability to present a lot of great events, not just those city council meetings, but things that happen in the community. People love to see coverage of an event. It could be singing, it could be dancing, a party in the park, a fireworks show. Who knows what it is? Without this service available, we wouldn't see any of that.
Just thinking about public access TV and how many programs it has provided, I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 programs a year. That's everything from county commission meetings to city meetings to other jurisdictions as well. There's just a lot of value there, and this is value that isn't provided by any of the paid media. So there's not a lot of money in disseminating information like that, but yet it should be available, just like a library, and that's the way we should think of it, as a library, something that it's there for people to access if they want knowledge. And I think that's really the message that I'd like to leave with the public, that real value you'll miss it when it's gone.
PEG channels like TVC-TV play a vital role in providing unbiased, transparent, and accurate information between government organizations and their citizens. Should the FCC succeed in diminishing or destroying local programming, the services and connection PEG television provides to local governments and their communities would be lost and would put in jeopardy one of our most powerful democratic resources, our voice as citizens.